Today I'm going to show you something I do. How many times have you gone out and you've hit something with your motor and all of a sudden you feel a bunch of vibrating, you come back into the loading ramp and you find your props all tore up, but not only is the prop tore up, your skeg's missing. What do? A new housing, new lower unit can cost thousands of dollars. Bring it to a shop. We can weld this back on. So today I'm going to show you how we go about fixing a skeg. So when I weld up a skeg, first thing I do, now some people will weld this skeg on the boat. I don't like doing that. First thing I do is take the lower unit off and I take it into the shop. It's also a good idea when you're doing this to change the water pump, save some labor. First thing I'm going to do is take the prop off so we can work with it a little better here. Pretty simple. 50 horse Mercury has a little locking tab. You bend the tabs and the prop comes right off. So now we can get in here and get to work on this lower unit. When I go about welding a skeg on like this, my philosophy is that the part of this skeg that's still here is the strongest part. So we buy these skegs that are ready to be welded on. Well, I think some people just go in here and they'll cut the top of this skeg out and weld this piece onto it. Well, I think that, if you cut that top and you weld this, it's not going to be as strong as it was originally. So I don't cut the top. I leave the original part there. And I just take the new skeg and trace it out, and then I just weld onto that and sand it. So that's the way I do these skegs. That way I still have a factory skeg up here in the top part. So what we're going to do first is start grinding. We have to grind all this and get down to good aluminum so we can get a good bond when we weld this together, so that it will be just about as strong as it was originally. So you may have noticed just then that I ground this down, I chamfered it. I'm going to chamfer this other side. That gives us a better bond, so when we weld this together, it'll be stronger. Next thing I do is I actually draw out my pattern. I take this skeg piece and just figure out exactly what I need. And then we'll take this and cut it out and get ready to cut the new skeg out and get it welded on there. Now there's basically what the whole skeg would, where are you? There's what the whole skeg would look like. But like I was saying before, I don't cut the top part out. I'm going to cut this curve out like so. And that's what I'm going to cut out. That way when I take it, I can weld it on there. As you can kind of see, there's the new skeg. All right, as you see, I got my piece made. I cut it out to look just like the pattern. We're going to fix it right there and clamp it down real good, and then we'll start welding. One question I get asked quite often when we're welding the skeg on here is it going to get so hot that it's going to melt the seals that are in this lower unit? And the answer to that is 90% of the time, no. Because when we weld this, it gets so hot so fast that the heat doesn't have time to go up here. Another thing that helps when welding a skeg like this is do not take the gears out. Leave it all bolted together, leave the grease in there, because the grease that's in here actually helps to dissipate the heat. So we don't have to worry about it overheating or melting any seals. So now once I've got a little bit of a bead in there, I can remove my clamps and we can stand it up here and check it and make sure we're straight. Ha, look at that. Looks pretty good to me. Now we got it welded on. It's time to just grind it down, make it smooth, put some paint on it. Well, there you have it. been welded, it's been ground, it's been slicked. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this zinc chromate on it. So, all right, there it is. It's dry. We're going to get ready to go put it back on the boat now. You remember, it all started when this guy hit something. This is an aluminum prop. Tore it all up, broke the skeg. Well, this customer has decided, once we fix this, he's not putting this back on. Instead, we're putting this PowerTech stainless steel prop back on it. You know, these little fishing boats go where the stumps are. That's where the fish are. So I recommend stainless steel. PowerTech makes a wonderful prop. It's strong, it runs good. So we are going to be replacing this aluminum prop with a stainless. See you next time.